My name is Colin Morin. I go by CoJoMo in game, and I am the opper for Take Flight. So I got into competitive gaming with Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That was the first game I ever really started playing competitively. And the second that I started playing in higher level lobbies and, getting that itch to play, I never looked back. I love the Counter-Strike so much. There's no game that compares to it. So as soon as I started getting to see all the potential that was with this game and everything that comes with it, all the opportunities, all the experiences that I could have, like I said, just never looked back, and I'm here to this day. So we're always grinding out here doing that. So outside of Counter-Strike 2, I really don't play any other games, and it might be a little bit of a bad thing, but for me, I just absolutely love this game, and everything I'm doing is always trying to better myself, either in game for Counter-Strike 2. Content wise, I'm always trying to teach people. So if I'm not playing Counter-Strike 2, I'm coaching Counter-Strike 2. If I'm not coaching Counter-Strike 2, I'm watching Counter-Strike 2. I am obsessed with this game, and anytime I'm on my PC, I'm probably doing something Counter-Strike related. I think that what made me fall in love with Counter-Strike was just the way that the game has an economy and the way that everybody has the same opportunity in every single round, and it's up to you to decide what you do. There's no abilities, there's no crazy things going on. Everyone can buy a smoke grenade, everyone can buy a molly, everyone can buy a gun, and it's up to you to do what with that. And with the economy, it just makes the game so unique and so amazing. I love that, saving your gun matters, doing economic damage to the other team. I love the fact that there's pistol rounds. It's just the perfect game the way it works. And other than small changes in the map pool and stuff, I just don't see anything that ever needs to be changed with the format of the way Counter-Strike works. I think that the thing that drives me the most is just doing better and making it as far as I can in the competitive scene. And I think that my content helps out a lot with that, because I remember when I first started playing this game, I had no clue what I was doing. I wasted thousands of hours playing Counter-Strike, thousands of hours not knowing anything about the game. I was just playing it to play it. I was awful. I was one of the worst players that you could imagine. One thing that I love about this game is that there is always something to learn. Even the #1 player in the entire world has something to learn. Even the best team in the world is learning from other teams. There is always something that you can pick up from this game. And as a competitor, I absolutely love it. I'm always trying to get better, always trying to improve. And I think that I'm just always driven to keep competing and playing because I want to be part of this scene forever. I want to be part of the scene when I'm 50 years old, when I'm 60. I want to be a coach, a mentor, anything. Just being part of Counter-Strike and living it is what I love to do, and it's my dream. My first breakthrough in the content scene and getting into that was actually by utilizing Twitter. And what I realized, and the reason I actually got into content, was I used to play players that did YouTube videos or streamed, and I used to be so intimidated when I was a worst player in the game, because I was playing against these guys that I watch on YouTube or these guys that I see on all these platforms. And it made me play worse because I just assumed they were so good. And then I thought to myself, I could be one of those guys that has a platform that does that kind of thing with content. It could give me an edge in the server. It ultimately, when I first started doing that, it shifted into the focus of just trying to make it in the scene and establish myself so that I can have a face, a presence. And I think that one thing that I always love to do is to show people who I am. It's something that people don't like in the scene. They don't like to show themselves. They don't like people to see their face. They're embarrassed of who they are or where they come from, what they are. The more you can get that facial recognition, the more people know who you are, the better it's going to be for you. I don't care if you are self-conscious or anything. Show people who you are and you're never gonna fail. That is a very good question. I think at the end of the day, because of the nature of what I do, I need to break that down into a few things. My favorite part about being a YouTube content creator is showcasing people all the hidden tips and tricks, all these things that they just don't know, just giving them knowledge that is going to make them a better player, and helping somebody enjoy the game a little more than they did before. On TikTok, it's more comedy and real posts. So I love just making people smile, making people laugh. I don't even care if I'm the brunt of why they're laughing. If they're laughing at me for whatever reason because it's cringe or whatever, I just like making people laugh on TikTok. On Twitch, I love providing that live gameplay so people see the struggles that top players can go through. It's not fun all the time. It's not great. I love having this balance on all these different platforms so that people can understand the true meaning of being a competitor inside of Counter-Strike. So like I said, I don't have that much free time outside of Counter-Strike, but I still do have a life because it's so important to have that balance of having a real life and playing Counter-Strike as a competitor. A lot of people don't understand the value of that, and they really become degenerate and hurt their life a lot, both through relationships and their physical health, their mental health, just everything. You have to be able to balance your life. So for me, the things that I love to balance my life with is, it's so funny. It's so funny. At the moment is playing pickleball. I love playing pickleball. It keeps my reaction sharp. I'm a competitor. It allows me to keep competing. Right now I have a 5K, so like running that I'm doing. I just have a lot of fun activities and, just getting outside and being active. I ride my bike nonstop. I ride my bike so much, and, just unlock your brain, release the negative energy that playing Counter-Strike can give you sometimes, and you'll always come back refreshed with a new mindset and a new outlook that is very good for yourself. So it's so good. What are my long-term goals for content and gaming? So one thing that people need to realize about goals is that goals need to be very specific. So for me, as far as my long-term goals, I think that for competitive wise, I don't know what twist and turn my career is going to go through. I don't know what teams I'll be on, what players I'll be with, if this is my last game ever. You never know with life. But for me, competitive wise, I would love to eventually play in 10 different countries. I think that's a solid baseline. That's insane. Like even just playing in one new country international tournament is insane. I think by the end of my career, I want to play in 10 plus international events. And as far as content, I want to have a YouTube channel over 250,000 subscribers, TikTok over 500,000 followers, and those are my main focus. So I think statistically and like looking at it and breaking it down that way is the best, because it allows you to work towards those goals every single day. So for YouTube, now I have a specific goal, and I've also got year goals, month goals. You always want to break it down and start making the steps easier. It's so hard to get that many subscribers, but if you break it down and just get, 50 new ones every day, 20 new ones every day. And if you're a smaller channel, if you're a smaller person out there trying to work towards your content goals, it could be one person. I just want one follower this day. I want another one. Oh, another one. And you can't lose by doing that. You might not hit your goal, but you can't. It's hard to go worse by doing that. All right, what advice would I give to aspiring pro players? So the advice that I would give to people who really want to make it in the scene and be a professional player is to have that balance in your life. Like I said, it's important. You can't just be degenerate and only play Counter-Strike. You got to have a balance where you can, have some positivity in your life, because what's going to happen is some of my most depressing and crushing days came when Counter-Strike was the only thing in my day. I've had games where I lose in the finals of an event or a tournament or a league. And when you've hyper focused on your short-term results or that one day result, it's going to make you feel like a horrible player. If you are an aspiring pro player, you can't give up. You've got to be able to look at the big picture of your career, the steps that you're taking, and understand that you might have days where you lose. You might have weeks where you lose, months even. But in the long run, as long as you are learning something every single day, you are going to make it. I would tell all of you out there to message as many pro players as you can. If you are a open player in Counter-Strike, message IM players, main players. Soak in as much knowledge as you possibly can, and never be afraid to be the worst player in any team, pug, game, whatever it is. And if you can just learn, you will make it. For aspiring content creators, my advice to you is purely and simply to be relentless. Be relentless and never apologize for being yourself and for being relentless. I think a lot of times in my early days, I had a lot of success because I was a nobody, but I was part of collegiate CS. Now, honestly, at that time, nobody really cared about collegiate CS, but that was my identity. That was my brand. So I made that. And every single day, whether people wanted to see it or not, there was something about me or my team on their Twitter or on their TikTok, just something about me. I was not the best player. I was not the greatest player. My team was not the best team. But you are always going to see something or hear something about my team. And I want you to be relentless. You can never have your content dreams and goals happen if you're not being relentless. Also, you have to learn. For those of you that are just giving up after posting a week or a month or 2 months, you're being weak. There's a reason your videos aren't exploding, and you're not going to be the Mr. Beast. You're not going to be some crazy big YouTuber after 1 month of posting or 2 months. You don't deserve it. You've got to learn from what the people want, and you've got to be able to adjust your plan to that. Your first videos mean nothing. Too many people spend way too much time on their first videos, their posts on TikTok, everything, this huge budget for everything. Be yourself and be unique. You have to give people a reason to watch you. So I just want to say that I'm here for the long run. I appreciate all the support that I've received from friends, from teammates, from everyone involved on Take Flight and in the community. I just want to do my best. I always want to do my best, and I appreciate every single person out there that is working towards their goals and dreams. I do want to say, I'll plug my own stuff here. If you do want to become a better player, learn from my YouTube channel, CoJoMo, put it up on the screen right here. If you want to laugh, if you want to have a good time, have some funny CS content, my TikTok's always there for you to heal that inner pain you feel from playing the game so much. And then if you want to see me live, I'll always be playing on my Twitch channel every single weekday. So yeah, so thank you guys so much.